Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Paul Brown Show. Welcome to the city of Charlotte, North Carolina, where we are going to have on my guest, Ms. Ms.Moss. How are you doing, ma'am?
I'm doing well today.
Welcome to Charlotte, North Carolina. What's going on in Charlotte these days is we got the Carolina Panthers about to start their training camp. How you think they're going to do this year?
Well, I'm hoping they do better than last year.
I hope so too. Ms. Moss, you are a photographer and you have this nice business called Pretty Black Snaps. Tell the audience first about yourself.
First, my name is Ms.Moss. I graduated from West Charlotte High School at the age of 16 years old. I also love to do spoken word, and as well, I like to model as well.
Okay, spoken word, what does that pertain to?
Well, spoken word is basically an art way of words, actually.
Okay.
So it's almost like poetry, but you are more dramatic with your words of how you speak them. And it doesn't have to be in a rhyme scheme exactly like poetry.
Poetry.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing that?
I've actually been doing that for years. That's just something I picked up in school. I've always loved to write, so it's just something that always help you clear your mind.
Oh, okay. Can you give the audience a little bit example of spoken word?
So this is something that I wrote basically when I was going through a lot of troubles within my life. I didn't really grow up with my father nor my mother. My grandmother raised me for a while, but then I ended up transferring back to my mother and my father. So it basically was something to get them to kind of understand me.
Okay.
So it's, you heard me from the start. Let me try to explain. I never had a father by my side, so imagine how that made me crumble inside. Stories read, Mama tuck you in, Daddy kiss you goodnight. A vision of American family. Well, there's nowhere near the family that you see on TV. No mama, no daddy. Still alive, but not worried about their youngest child. Grandma had me since I was 1. Mother stayed yelling, they took you away. I ain't have no choice. But the choice was made the day that you left me in a crack house. I'm not saying these things to break you down. I just want you to understand my pain, my struggles, dealing with depression and abandonment issues, things that you cause, living in fear that everybody gonna leave me. I can't control the anger I hold inside, like a plastic cup I can never hold that you can never find. My grandmother was that knight in armor for me, but I learned early that you can only be saved once. And when the strongest soldiers become weak, guards let down, and you're forced to leave. Days I remember like yesterday. My memory may be gone, but it's imprinted with countless visions of my past.
That's awesome. That's awesome, Maria. You have a lot of gift in you. God has really blessed you with a lot of gift.
Thank you.
Photography. How'd you come about with you're an entrepreneur. How'd you come up with the name Pretty Black Snaps?
Well, I came up with Pretty Black Snaps because when I was younger, I was really dark for everybody around me. I was the darkest one in my class.
Okay.
And it kind of, I didn't feel like I fit in at one point in time, but someone eventually came to me and was like, you're a very pretty dark-skinned female, you know what I'm saying? And it kind of lit up my world once it was, told to me. And then as I got older, somebody actually started calling me Pretty Black.
Okay.
And at first, people would think that when something like that offend you, but then I started to get that, no, it's just that every color can stand out. So that's why I wanted to say Pretty Black Snaps, because I wanted to let everybody know that they have a type of beauty that can be shown.
And you are a very attractive young lady, Ms. Moss.
Thank you so much.
And you have a pretty smile, too.
Thank you.
What made you want to get into photography?
Well, originally I started photography, one, because when I did see my father, that was something that he always did. He always took pictures, he always did videos, so I was very interested in that as being younger. And as I did get older, when I got more involved with him, that was just something that he continued to do. That's how he expressed his love to me. So it really grabbed my attention. And as I got older, people always ask me, do you model? Do you model? And I'm just like, no, not really. But it just made me feel good inside to know that people wanted to take pictures. So I want to make everybody feel good with coming up to them. Oh, do you take pictures? It'll be awesome. It'll be awesome. So you have a pretty smile. This is very nice about you.
And that's a pretty growing field right there, photography, because just like you said, a lot of people like having pictures taken of themselves, and there's so much different ways that you can go with that photography field.
Right.
And it allows you to get out there.
Yes. And also, I want to try to do like more photography for people, animals as well, because I know not a lot of photographers actually deal with animals and certain things because they may be afraid. But I love all type of animals. I actually have 2 dogs of my own that I use for photography all the time. Everybody that I usually take pictures with love to take pictures with them.
Okay.
So that's just. Your pets are your family, so I would love to include their pets with the family portraits as well.
That's great. That's great. So with all that you do with the photography and all that, is that one of the, what are some of the tools that you use in that and help you improve your work?
Well, actually, I use YouTube and I actually Groupon. I actually have found people who are willing to help you as your journey. So I have actually met several people. I've met people on Instagram, Facebook, who has actually very much helped me, gave me advice, gave me tools, tell me things that I can get for free, like Lightroom, help me with my editing. Like there's people that if I just come to them and tell them I just started photography, they are more than happy to help me.
Being a young entrepreneur, how does that make you feel knowing that you're your own boss?
It makes me feel pretty good about myself because I know I came from a background where it was a lot of drugs going on.
Okay.
It wasn't really a good environment. So it makes me proud of myself that I actually accomplished more than what I was surrounded by.
And how does it feel to know that you have other entrepreneurs, business owners that's willing to help you in your field?
It actually makes me feel even more better because honestly, when I first thought about doing photography, I was just like, how am I going to be able to do this? How am I going to, how can I do this? Because if I'm just doing it myself, who will reach out to me and try to help me? But as keep going on, I actually see that people are more than happy when you reach out to them and let them know that you are just beginning something.
I know I see a lot of people go uptown and take photos just of people, just of the buildings, different things. Do you get out in order to do these type things?
I am able to get out to do. I haven't actually took any pictures of the skyline at the moment, but I am definitely into doing things like that. I actually want to go up to the top of the roof of the Epic Center and actually get some photos in that type of way.
Have you checked out how to go about doing that? Because it's not that hard.
Yeah, I actually haven't checked it out yet, but I have a couple of connections that I can reach out to that's more than happy to.
Okay. And if people wanted to contact you, other photographers who want to give you some more information, how would they go about contacting you? Your email address?
My email address is prettyblacksnaps@gmail.com.
And what I'm saying, y'all help this young entrepreneur out and show her the reality of this thing called photography, because I'm real proud of her that she's coming out there and she's going to take advantage of her, your talent. You have a lot of talent.
Thank you so much.
So is this your kind of like a job, or is this something that you just do on the side?
Well, I actually do it as a hobby because,
Okay.
like I said, I don't want anything to feel as a job, because when you feel something's a job, you feel obligated to. You feel like you have to do something. You need to do this every day. But I want it to be more as a hobby, so I can want to get up and do this every day, not just have to do it. I want to do it.
Oh, I've seen people get up real early in the morning, like the sunrise and then the sunset, and they taking pictures, and they kind of find certain spots where you can see the sun coming up and coming down, and there's so many different areas you can go into with that.
Yes, it's so many areas, and North Carolina is actually a very beautiful state to take pictures at. They actually have we have a lot of like falls, rivers. I've actually been to. I actually just lately just went to like a basically like a little, I want to say like it was like an aquarium, but it was actually like animals there as well, and then they had a spray park for children. I actually took a lot of pictures there.
Yeah. Okay, your cameras. How many cameras do you have, and how does that help you with the types of photos that you take?
Well, currently I have two types of cameras. I have a Nikon and I also have a Canon. First, I use my Canon mostly for in-house studio photography.
Okay.
And then my Nikon for more of outside photography, because I just found that it just helps better with that. Like I said, my father he's actually kind of helping me as well. So he gave me one of his Nikon cameras, and I purchased one of the Canon cameras.
Okay, what's your plans in the future? For the future?
Plans is to take way more photos. Actually get steady models who would love to get their work out. I actually want to help people who wants to model get portfolios built up. So those are my main goals for the future. Like I said, I want to do family portraits, especially like you said, Uptown, because like Uptown is the most beautiful scene that I've ever seen. Basically, hey, Atlanta doesn't even touch how Charlotte sometimes, So,
God. ATL, don't talk about that now. That's a whole different area right there. Have you ever been down to Atlanta?
I actually have. I have a cousin. He lives in Atlanta. He actually raps there. So he has a videographer who helps me, who hits me up. So I'm actually going to probably visit Atlanta soon so that I can get more into the videography.
What makes Maria smile?
Seeing everybody else smile. That's just something that has always made me smile. Like my own happiness doesn't come from things that I selfly do or people selfly do. Seeing somebody else smile, knowing that I have made somebody else day better, knowing that I brought you from being sad at one point and actually can make you smile, actually can make you feel a type of way that you didn't feel originally when you was first with me, that makes me smile.
Is Charlotte your hometown, or are you from somewhere else?
Charlotte is my hometown. I was born here, but I was raised in South Carolina.
Okay, what part?
It's Sumter, South Carolina.
Not Sumter, oh God.
Yes, sir, Sumter, South Carolina.
What made you come back other than your family brought you back down here?
Yes, my mother and my father actually lives here, but my grandmother stays in Sumter, South Carolina.
Okay, I know some people in Sumter. Yeah, okay, I'm going into exactly, I know you said you graduated from West Charlotte.
Yes.
What was it about West Charlotte that you had liked? I mean, because that's a big school up here.
Well, actually, there's a lot of false things going about West Charlotte, and I never had the experience that people relay. Everything about West Charlotte made it easier. Like I said, I graduated early. I graduated in 2014 when I was supposed to graduate the year after or whatever. I graduated when I was 16 years old. So many people helped me to that point. I actually my sergeant, he helped me. I was actually in JRTC.
Okay, we've had them on the show plenty of times.
Yes.
Okay.
He was awesome, and I mean awesome. Even though he may get on you, he get on you in a good way and make sure that anything you want to do, anything that you tell him that you want to do, he keeps that going. You know, he
What
makes
was his
sure.
name?
Huh?
What was his
Sergeant
name?
Dennis.
First Sergeant Larry Dennis.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to give a shout out to he's been on the show quite a few times. Sergeant Dennis, you know, come back and let's talk some more about that West Charlotte ROTC, Junior ROTC. How about the rest of this West Charlotte school as a whole?
Well, actually now someone else who's actually came up in West Charlotte, her name is Christian Ward. She helped me a lot at the time when I was in my last year. She was actually a part of the LIFT program.
Okay.
But now she's came over to, I think she's like the assistant principal there now. And she's a little bit younger, but when she made a complete difference in my life. Like they individualize you. They make sure that they get to know you. They make sure that anything that you need, not just in school, at home, if you're going through certain things,
Correct.
they make sure that they can at least help you. You know what I'm saying? Like, as in giving me bus passes, helping me, making sure everything is good in the home, not just at school.
Do you ever think, like, in the future you're going to go and kind of like be like a spokesman when you go into West Charlotte and talking to the youth in those classes and telling them about you being an entrepreneur and stuff?
Yes, actually, I actually have. I visited West Charlotte, I want to say about a year and a half ago. I actually visited First Sergeant Dennis' class, and I spoke to a little bit about them because I actually went to the military later on in life. So I spoke to the students just about how basic training is and how did the military make a difference in my life, because also the military actually made a difference. Even though I didn't stay for very long, it still changed my life in a certain way, knowing how people have your back, knowing that there's people who are so different than you,
correct,
but will still make sure that every move is correct, make sure that they have your every step, make sure they have your back no matter what.
So where do you see yourself, Maria, 5 years from now?
5 years now, I see myself doing more photography, actually doing more videography. I want to do more events, actually really branching off, actually helping other people to get the stepping stone into helping their entrepreneurship. I actually want to help people start their own businesses because, you know, it's not easy, but it's not hard as well, and you just need a helping hand.
Who would you consider to be the person that inspired you the most?
My inspiration mostly comes from watching everyone around me. Like, my most inspiration just was people coming up to me, basically telling me do you do photography? You know, do you want to take a picture? Can you take a picture with me? You know, or do you model, or, you know, what do you do, or whatever? Because it's just like, I don't know, I felt like people see the natural glow in me, but that I didn't already see in myself.
Correct.
You know, I didn't think I was beautiful. I didn't really think I had what every other female had.
Correct.
So, but it made me look at life another way, that regardless if I don't feel I'm beautiful on the outside, that other people can view me different. So at the end of the day, I am beautiful on the inside and the out.
Correct. I mean, that's such a great statement, to believe in yourself and believe in the beauty not only on the inside but on the outside.
Yes.
Why is it so important that Maria gets out there and network with other people?
One, because like I want everybody to feel like the way I feel, and two is because there's nothing, you're never perfect, you know.
Correct.
You can learn something different every single day, and I know there's something that one person may be doing that I'm not doing. There's something that someone else is doing that I may be doing that they
Correct.
want to learn. So it's just we can go back and forth because I'm not. It's money for everybody out here,
It
and
is.
we should keep trying to help each other, trying to build on each other.
So, what advice would you give our young generation who's kind of like, because we see a lot that's going on, some positive, but there's a lot of negative. Advice would you give our young generation?
Well, one, I would say that um, you're not what you're around. You don't have to be the person that you see every day. You don't have, even though you may be around a negative environment, even though you may not be in the best predicament at this moment, you never know how you can get yourself out of it. You can if you keep a steady mind, if you keep knowing that you have a goal, if you know you want to be a better person, you can be that person. You are not limited to the people that you're around.
I have a statement that I was taught: positive thinking creates positive results. What does that mean to you?
That means if you have nothing but positive in your mind, that nothing but positive will come out.
The sky's the limit
Yes.
for Maria. Do you see that in yourself? And do you see yourself going through the ups and downs of this thing they call life?
Yes, sir. I very much. I'm not a perfect human being. I see myself going down all the time, but I think to myself, why? What's really putting me in this position? What can I do different with my life than to help it better? Because depression is actually real. I've been through it. I've watched people be through it. I've watched my peers go through it. And that is something that can really tear you down. But that's something that you can get yourself out of as well.
Correct. And speaking from experience, you're going to go through some good days and you're going to go through some bad days, but it's how you handle those bad days is going to determine how the growth of you in this thing called life. Because there's going to be a lot of obstacles, and there's going to be a lot of bad obstacles that you're going to have to get in front of, and you're going to have to learn how to brush yourself off and get back up and start doing it again.
Yeah.
And that's one of the good things about this thing called life, because you have that option to choose between being positive or going that negative route.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because I've had a lot of obstacles in my life, but I try my hardest not to let them limit me. Even though I may be down for one day, but I make sure that I do the spoken word. That helps me a lot, get my thoughts onto paper, so that I won't be more bottled up, so I can have something to release. Releasing on paper is the most best, best thing I could ever do, because it really helped. When I do not write, it actually brings me more down, because now I'm stuck with everything that's in my head.
Okay. So how does your family feel about Maria, the entrepreneur, the business owner, the ones that has the sky's the limit?
Well, they're very proud of me. They're very supportive. They share anything that I do. Like my sister, she motivates me the most. Anything she sees a new opportunity for me, she makes sure she texts it to me. She sees new props that I can use. She makes sure she lets me know. My brother-in-law, he helps me, as in he's going to add me to his company portfolio, so that I'm able to get the clientele from them as well.
God, that's so great. That's great. Now, Maria, we're coming close to the end of the segment. What is some things that you can tell our viewing audience about your business?
Well, some of the things I can tell you guys about my business is that at this moment I only do photography, but I'm never limited to what what I can do. I'm looking for new things to do, new opportunities at any given moment. I'm always interested in learning new things. I'm not down on criticism because criticism is the best thing you can actually
Correct.
get, because that helps you. It's not there to hurt you. It's there to help you, help you be better on yourself. So.
For the viewing audience who would want to get in contact with you, how would they go about doing that?
You can hit me by phone number, which is 980-298-4238, or email, which is prettyblacksnaps@gmail.com.
So when you go out there and take those pictures and you make those people smile, how does that make Maria?
It made me feel accomplished.
You know, you're going to get to network with a lot of business owners and, you know, the companies and all that. The sky's the limit. You have, with that camera right there, I think you know, just take advantage of it and network, go to these business opportunities, and you'll be able to meet some awesome people. They got a lot of people in this city called Charlotte.
Yes, sir.
Well, we're running short on time, so anytime you want to come back, you're more than welcome to come.
Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the show, and you be encouraged. Thank you.